Oh boy, here we go. Terrible WrestleMania matches. This is gonna be very, very interesting. But before the video starts, I'd like to give a shout out to the man who made this thumbnail on your screen, KOFan2579. Follow him on Twitter. He makes like most of the wrestling community thumbnails for people, and they look very good. So let's go ahead and start the video with top 5 terrible WrestleMania matches. Alright, so there's not going to be an order for this, so we're just going to go ahead and start. First up, we have Edge versus Alberto Del Rio at WrestleMania 27. Oh my god, this was absolutely terrible. So, obviously we know Edge was the champion, and obviously Alberto Del Rio won the Rumble, and this match was just not it, man. It was a terrible opener, in my opinion. And obviously Edge would go on to retain the championship, but man, this was not it for me, to be honest. And I feel like this is a very lame opener, in my own opinion. What they really should have done is do Edge versus Christian for the World Heavyweight Championship, which would have been a way better choice, because Alberto wasn't ready at the time, and I feel like it was just like an awkward match. Like, Alberto's not that good, and I feel like the opener was just not right. Like, you want to kick off WrestleMania hot, and that was definitely not a hot way to kick off WrestleMania. And we are back at WrestleMania 27 because we got Michael Cole versus Jerry the King Lawler, and oh my god, WrestleMania 27 was really not it. I mean, you had Michael Cole versus Jerry the King Lawler at a WrestleMania. WrestleMania is supposed to be filled with big, high-profile matches. This is what you got? I mean, you got a legendary superstar like Stone Cold refereeing a matchup between Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler, and Cole just cannot wrestle. Jerry's out of his prime. This whole match just ruined the feel of WrestleMania, and it ruined this show completely. I mean, this was bloody awful. No wonder why this Mania was a freaking train wreck. Next up, we got Triple H versus Randy Orton from WrestleMania 25. Here's the thing. I love Triple H and I love Randy Orton, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, but man, this match was not it. They should have had this be co-main event, because you just came from an amazing Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels match. Like, the crowd was not into this matchup at all. I mean, you had them hitting each other with weapons and throwing each other in the steps, breaking tables. There was absolutely no crowd reaction at all. The crowd was dead. Like, this should have been the co-main event, and then had Undertaker and Shawn main event, and this would have been fine. But the crowd was absolutely dead. Like, there was no, like, they just had nothing to say. And obviously Triple H retained, and honestly, this is ranked one of the worst matches in WrestleMania history, but it's not as bad as the other two I'm about to say. But I definitely can agree that this was terrible, considering it just went from Undertaker and Shawn to this, and this could have been good, but they should have put it on the co-main event slot, not main event. And coming out of Final 2, we got Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship of WrestleMania 34. Here's the thing, this could have been great. The WrestleMania 31 match was absolutely fantastic. They put on a bloody war, and it was one of my favorite matches in WrestleMania main event history. But it was just not it. The crowd was dead. Brock ended up retaining, no one cared, and it was just very crappy. They should have just done Seth versus Lesnar at 34. Seth was over with the crowd. He could have just passed the IC title match, just went on to face Lesnar for the Universal Championship, win it from there, because the crowd would have been more invested in that. Roman and Brock was just finisher. No one cared. The story wasn't there. You could have gone from there. Even did Seth versus Roman at SummerSlam. Have Roman win there if you wanted him to win it so badly, but Brock versus Roman at 34 was just not it. It was just bad, and they could have just had Seth win the title from Brock there, go from there, do Roman versus Seth in the future, then have Roman take it from Seth from there. They should have easily done that. Way better. And y'all know what the last one is. It is Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte. Man, this was awful. Like, I'm trying to be, like, honest here. Everyone thinks this is, like, the worst WrestleMania main event of all time. It was just a 10-minute clustered botchy fest. Like, they couldn't break tables. The crowd was dead. Becky won. Woo-hoo-hoo. Like, it was just terrible. Like, this, like, it was like a 5-hour Mania. Michael Cole sounded like a dead rat, going like, like, it was just terrible. This was like the worst main event in like WrestleMania history. The crowd was dead, the commentators were dead, the wrestling was bad. It was just not it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoy and hope you guys agree with the list. Obviously, you guys are respected to your own opinions, but this, in my personal opinion, is my top 5 worst Mania matches I've experienced from myself. Let me know in the comments if you guys disagree. Like and subscribe. Top 5 best WrestleMania matches coming your way next time.